The day the aliens came changed everything. It was a cool spring morning when the strange ship appeared in the sky over New York. No explosions followed. No attacks came. Instead, a simple message broadcast on all frequencies. We come in peace. News spread quickly across Earth. People gathered around screens, some afraid, others excited. World leaders called emergency meetings. The military went on high alert. But the alien ship just hovered, waiting. Major William Carter stared at the vessel through high-powered binoculars from the roof of the UN building. He had spent 15 years preparing for this moment, though few knew it. His phone rang. "Carter," he answered. "Major, the President wants you at the landing site. The visitors have requested to meet representatives." William took a deep breath. "On my way." 3 hours later, William stood beside Dr. Olivia Mason as the alien ship descended onto the large clearing in Central Park. Police had cleared the area, but millions watched on live streams. Olivia adjusted her glasses nervously. "Remember," she whispered to William, "let me speak first. We need to establish peaceful communication." William nodded but kept his hand near his hidden weapon. 20 years in military intelligence had taught him to hope for the best but prepare for the worst. The ship was smaller up close, about the size of a city bus, with a smooth silver surface that seemed to change color in the sunlight. A door appeared where no door had been visible before, and a tall figure stepped out. The alien stood nearly 7 feet tall with blue-gray skin and 4 arms. Its face had 2 large eyes that reflected light like mirrors. It wore what looked like flowing robes made of some metallic fabric. "I am Six Still, ambassador of the Viridian Empire and representative of the Galactic Council," the alien said in perfect English. "We have been watching your planet for some time." Olivia stepped forward. "I am Dr. Olivia Mason, language specialist. This is Major William Carter. We welcome you to Earth." Six Still's mouth formed what might have been a smile. "Your species has progressed quickly. Most take thousands more years to develop the technology you have created in mere centuries. We are eager to learn," Olivia said carefully. "The Galactic Council has determined that humans are ready for initial contact. You are considered a minor species, but one with potential." William noticed how the alien emphasized the word minor. He didn't like it. Over the next few days, more aliens arrived. They set up a temporary embassy and began sharing limited information about the galaxy. They spoke of 57 intelligent species, vast trade networks, and ancient civilizations. They offered small technological gifts, medical devices, and agricultural improvements. Nothing that would change Earth's position in the galactic order. What the aliens didn't know was that in a secret facility deep beneath the Rocky Mountains, William showed Olivia what humanity had been hiding. "We recovered this 20 years ago," he said, pointing to the remains of a crashed ship unlike the Viridian vessel. "This is how we learned they were coming." Olivia stared at the massive screen showing data from the crash. "They think we're new to all this. And that's our advantage," William replied. "While their ambassador talks about cultural exchange, we've been preparing." He pressed a button, and the wall display changed to show a massive construction facility hidden in Jupiter's orbit. Workers in spacesuits moved around enormous ships, warships, that Earth wasn't supposed to have the technology to build. "Project Olympus," William said. 50 ships with technology reverse-engineered from the crash, hidden from alien satellites by Jupiter's radiation belts. Olivia's eyes widened. "Does Ambassador Six Still know?" William shook his head. "No, and we need to keep it that way. Be friendly, be respectful, learn everything you can. But remember, we've seen how the Viridians treat minor species on other planets. If they're planning the same for Earth, they'll be surprised," Olivia finished. William nodded. Very surprised indeed. 6 months passed since the aliens first landed. People grew used to seeing Viridians in major cities. The aliens shared medical knowledge that cured several diseases. They helped improve crop yields. They seemed friendly. But William Carter didn't trust them. Each night, he reviewed reports from his agents watching the alien embassy. Something felt wrong. His suspicions proved correct when Ambassador Zixtil requested an emergency meeting with the UN Security Council. William stood in the back of the room as Zixtil addressed Earth's leaders. The alien's tone had changed. Gone was the friendly diplomat. In his place stood a cold commander. "The grace period is over," Zixtil announced. "The Viridian Empire has decided Earth will become a protected territory under our rule." Gasps filled the room. The UN Secretary-General stood up. "Ambassador, we've had peaceful relations. Why this change?" Zixtil's mirror-like eyes showed no emotion. "Your planet has valuable resources. Your position near trade routes is strategic. You will surrender 20% of all mineral production and allow Viridian military bases on every continent. And if we refuse," asked the American president, "then the protection will be forced upon you. A battle fleet is already on its way. You have 1 month to agree to our terms." After the meeting, William found Olivia waiting outside. Her face was pale. "You heard?" he asked. She nodded. "It's happening exactly like with the Proxima colony they told us about. First friendly contact, then demands, then takeover." William checked his secure phone. A message had just arrived. "All EMPUS activated." "It's time," he said. "The Admiral is calling us to Jupiter." 3 days later, William and Olivia arrived at the hidden base inside Jupiter's orbit. The massive gas giant hid them from Earth, its radiation interfering with alien scanning technology. Admiral Henry Russell met them in the command center. The old naval officer had been chosen to lead Earth's secret space force years ago. "Carter, Mason, welcome to Olympian Base," Russell said. "The Viridian fleet will arrive in 27 days. We'll be ready." He led them to a viewing dock. Through the massive window, they saw Earth's secret, 50 warships of various sizes floating in formation. Workers in spacesuits moved between them, making final preparations. "They're beautiful," Olivia whispered. "And deadly," William added. "Will they be enough, Admiral?" Russell nodded. "Our intelligence suggests the Viridians are sending 15 ships. They expect no resistance. That's our advantage." Lieutenant Kate Donovan approached with a tablet. The young pilot had been one of the first trained to fly the new ships. "Admiral, the U.S. Orion reports all systems operational," she said. "Engineer Peterson has finished the shield modifications." Russell smiled. "Good. Show our guests to their quarters, then meet me for the strategy briefing." As they walked through the station, Olivia marveled at how much humanity had accomplished in secret. "How did we build all this without the aliens knowing?" she asked. "We detected their scout ships 20 years ago," Kate explained. "After the crash recovery in 2037, we knew we weren't alone. World leaders agreed to keep space militarization secret while appearing primitive. Everything important was built behind Jupiter or deep in the asteroid belt." In his private office, Admiral Russell reviewed the battle plans with his officers. William studied the holographic display of the solar system. "The Viridians will expect us to defend Earth directly," Russell explained. "Instead, we'll let them approach, then emerge from Jupiter's shadow here." He pointed to a position that would put Earth's fleet behind the alien vessels. William nodded. "They'll be caught between our ships and Earth." "Exactly," Russell said. "Operation Thunderbolt begins in 20 days. We'll need to move the fleet into final positions without detection." Later that night, William stood alone at the viewing window. Jupiter's massive form filled half the view, its swirling storms a backdrop to humanity's secret armada. "They think we're helpless," he said quietly. "They have no idea what's waiting for them." Lieutenant Kate Donovan floated in zero gravity inside the bridge of the U.S. Orion. As Earth's largest warship, the Orion would lead the fleet into battle. Kate checked her flight controls one more time. Everything had to be perfect. "Nervous?" Engineer Jack Peterson asked as he pushed himself through the doorway. Kate smiled at her old friend. A little. You. Jack tightened a panel on the wall. I built these engines myself. If they fail, I deserve whatever happens next. The intercom buzzed. All officers report to Briefing Room 3. Repeat, all officers to Briefing Room 3. Kate and Jack pushed off toward the central corridor of the massive ship. They joined 30 other men and women, the best pilots and engineers Earth had to offer. Admiral Russell stood at the front with William and Olivia beside him. 10 days until the Viridian fleet arrives, Russell began. Today we move into final position. He pressed a button, and a 3D map of the solar system appeared above the table. 50 blue dots represented Earth's ships, currently hidden behind Jupiter. Red dots showed the approaching Viridian vessels. The enemy believes Earth has no space combat capability, Russell continued. This is our greatest advantage. William stepped forward. Meanwhile, on Earth, we continue to pretend we're considering their demands. The UN Secretary General is playing for time. Olivia added, I've been studying their communications. The Viridians have conquered 12 other worlds this way. They never expect resistance. Russell pointed to a spot near Jupiter's moon Europa. We'll hide the fleet here until the signal comes. When the Viridians enter Earth orbit, we attack from behind. Jack raised his hand. Sir, what about their weapons? Are our shields strong enough? Russell nodded to Jack. Engineer Peterson, your shield modifications should hold. We've incorporated everything we learned from the crashed ship. Lieutenant Donovan will lead the first attack wing. Kate felt everyone's eyes turn to her. At 32, she was young for such responsibility. But she had scored highest in all the combat simulations. We've trained for this, she said firmly. We know what to do. After the briefing, the crews returned to their ships. Dock workers made final checks on the hulls. Massive arms swung away as the vessels prepared to leave the hidden base. On the Orion's bridge, Kate strapped into the pilot's seat. Jack took his position at engineering. The ship hummed to life around them. All systems online, Jack reported. Engines at full capacity. Kate opened a channel to the other ships. This is Lieutenant Donovan on the Orion. Prepare for deployment. One by one, the 50 ships of Earth's secret fleet moved away from the base. They formed a tight formation behind Jupiter's moon Europa, hidden from both Earth and the approaching aliens. In his command center, Admiral Russell watched the fleet move into position. William stood beside him. Do you think it will work? William asked quietly. Russell's face remained stern. It has to. If we lose, Earth becomes just another conquered world. William nodded. I've seen what they did to other planets. Mining operations that destroyed entire ecosystems. Native populations forced into labor camps. That won't happen here, Russell said firmly. On the Orion, Kate studied the star map. The Viridian fleet would arrive in just 10 days. 50 Earth ships against 15 alien vessels. The odds seemed good, but the aliens had centuries more experience in space warfare. Jack floated up beside her. I added something special to the Orion, he said with a grin. A little surprise for our visitors. What kind of surprise? Kate asked. A pulse weapon, based on the alien ship's technology. One shot might disable their shields without destroying the ship. Kate raised an eyebrow. That wasn't in the plans. Sometimes you need to improvise, Jack said. We're fighting for our planet, Kate. We need every advantage. That night, as the Earth fleet waited in the shadow of Jupiter, Kate couldn't sleep. She floated to the observation deck and looked out at the massive planet protecting them. Soon, they would leave this hiding place and face an enemy that had conquered many worlds before. Earth's fate would depend on ships no one knew existed and crews no one knew were heroes. The day of the deadline arrived. On Earth, people went about their business unaware of what was coming. Only top government officials knew the truth. In the Oval Office, the president addressed the small group gathered before him. The Viridian fleet will enter our solar system within hours, he said. Our response to their ultimatum is due today. A woman stood up. Sir, Ambassador Zixtil is demanding an answer. What should I tell them? The president nodded. Tell him we need more time. Say we're still discussing the terms. He won't believe that, someone objected. He doesn't need to, the president replied. He just needs to think we're afraid and stalling. That's what they expect. In space, beyond Mars, 15 Viridian warships emerged from faster-than-light travel. Their sleek purple hulls gleamed in the distant sunlight. Each ship was twice the size of Earth's largest vessel. On the lead ship, General Krav looked at the blue planet displayed on his screen. Status report, he commanded. A junior officer bowed. No sign of defense systems, General. The humans appear to have only primitive satellites. No weapons detected. Krav's 4 arms moved in a gesture of satisfaction. As expected, they are a minor species, set course for Earth orbit. Meanwhile, near Jupiter, the Earth fleet remained hidden. Admiral Russell gathered his captains for a final briefing via secure hologram. The Viridians have arrived, he announced. They're heading straight for Earth, just as we predicted. Kate watched the holographic display showing the alien fleet's path. They're not even being cautious, she said. They expect no resistance. That's their mistake, Russell replied. Captain Daniel Hayes will leave a small group of 3 ships on a diversionary mission. They'll reveal themselves near Mars, drawing attention away from Jupiter. Captain Hayes, a tall man with a trim beard, nodded. My ships are ready, Admiral. The rest of the fleet will remain hidden until the Viridians commit to pursuing Hayes, Russell continued. Then we strike from behind. Back on Earth, Olivia Mason worked frantically in her lab. For weeks, she had been analyzing Viridian communications, looking for weaknesses. I found it, she whispered as her computer completed its analysis. She grabbed her phone and called William. The Viridian shields, she said without greeting. They operate on a frequency that makes them vulnerable to concentrated pulse bursts. William immediately understood. Jack's special weapon on the Oran. Exactly, Olivia replied. But all our ships need to know the exact frequency. William sent the information to Admiral Russell immediately. Within minutes, every ship in Earth's fleet had received the shield frequency data. In space, Captain Hayes' 3 ships departed from Jupiter's shadow. They powered up their engines and headed directly toward the approaching Viridian fleet. On the Viridian command ship, an officer called out in surprise. General Krav, we've detected 3 vessels approaching from the direction of Jupiter. Krav looked shocked. Human vessels? Impossible. They have no such technology. They appear to be warships, sir, the officer insisted. Krav studied the readings. Only 3 ships. A pathetic defense. Intercept and destroy them. The Viridian fleet changed course, moving to engage the small human squadron. On his ship, Captain Hayes smiled grimly. They took the bait, he told his crew. Prepare for evasive maneuvers. We need to keep their attention for as long as possible. His 3 ships began a complex series of movements, staying just within range of the Viridians' weapons, but avoiding direct hits. Behind Jupiter, Admiral Russell gave the order they had been waiting for. Operation Thunderbolt is now active, he announced. All ships prepare to leave Jupiter's orbit on my mark. On the Orion, Kate strapped herself into the pilot's seat. Jack took position at the weapons console. Ready with that special surprise of yours? Kate asked. Jack nodded. Ready to show these aliens they picked the wrong planet. Admiral Russell's voice came through the speakers. All ships, mark. As one, the main Earth fleet emerged from behind Jupiter and accelerated toward Earth. 47 warships, hidden for years, finally revealed. The trap was set. General Krav couldn't believe his eyes. The display showed a massive fleet of Earth ships emerging from behind Jupiter. 47 warships where none should exist. Impossible, he shouted. How did the humans build such a fleet without our knowledge? His second-in-command looked equally shocked. Sir, the ships appear to have advanced shielding and weapons. They're moving to surround us. Krav realized the 3 ships they had been chasing were merely a trap. Now his fleet was caught in the open, far from Earth, with human vessels approaching from behind. All ships, defensive formation, he ordered. Prepare for battle. The Viridian vessels turned to face the approaching Earth fleet. Their purple hulls glowed as weapons systems activated. Aboard the U.S. Orion, Lieutenant Kate Donovan led her squadron of 10 ships toward the enemy. Admiral Russell's voice came through her headset. "Remember your training," he said calmly. "Use Earth's naval tactics. The Viridians have fought only species who were born in space. They don't understand ocean warfare strategies." Kate nodded, though the Admiral couldn't see her. "Squadron Delta, form up in pincer formation," she ordered, "just like we practiced." Her ships moved into position, forming a shape that would allow them to attack the aliens from multiple angles at once. This was a classic naval maneuver that sailors had used for centuries on Earth's oceans. "Ready, Jack?" she asked over her shoulder. Engineer Jack Peterson gave a thumbs up from the weapons station. Pulse weapon charged and targeting their lead ship. Kate took a deep breath. "Fire on my mark. 3, 2, 1, mark." The Orion fired a blue pulse of energy directly at the largest Viridian vessel. At the same moment, the rest of Kate's squadron fired conventional weapons at the surrounding enemy ships. The pulse hit the Viridian flagship at exactly the frequency Olivia had discovered. Its shields flickered and failed. The ship drifted powerless in space. "Direct hit," Jack shouted. "Their shields are down." Around the disabled flagship, the battle erupted in full. Energy beams crisscrossed the void between Jupiter and Mars. Earth ships darted between larger Viridian vessels, using their smaller size and greater speed as an advantage. On his command ship, Admiral Russell watched the battle unfold. "Captain Hayes, bring your ships around to Sector 4, he ordered. "Cut off their retreat path." Hayes' 3 ships, which had served as the initial bait, now moved to block the Viridians from escaping toward the outer solar system. General Krav watched in growing horror as 3 more of his ships lost power. The humans were not just fighting back, they were winning. "How is this possible?" he demanded. "Their weapons are targeting our shield frequencies precisely." His bridge crew had no answers. They had never expected such resistance from a minor species. Kate's squadron continued their attack pattern, disabling rather than destroying the alien vessels. Each time, the special pulse weapon hit its target perfectly, knocking out shields without destroying the ships. "We could destroy them completely," Jack noted as another Viridian ship went dark. Kate shook her head. "Admiral Russell wants prisoners, not corpses. We're showing them we have the power to destroy them, but choose not to." Across the battlefield, Earth ships executed maneuvers that confused the Viridian commanders. The aliens expected head-on attacks, but instead faced complex flanking movements and coordinated strikes from multiple directions. In just 30 minutes of fighting, 7 Viridian ships had been disabled. The remaining 8 clustered together for protection. General Krav knew he was defeated. With half his fleet powerless and the rest surrounded, there was only one option left. "Open a communication channel to the human commander," he ordered. Admiral Russell's face appeared on the Viridian view screen. The human looked calm and confident. "General Krav, I presume," Russell said. "How did you do this?" Krav demanded. "Your species was supposed to be primitive." Russell allowed himself a small smile. "We prefer to be underestimated. It gives us certain advantages." Krav's 4 arms made a gesture of surrender. "What are your terms?" As Russell outlined Earth's demands, news of the battle spread across the galaxy. Videos captured by satellites showed Earth's hidden fleet emerging from Jupiter's shadow and thoroughly defeating the feared Viridian armada. Hundreds of alien species watched in stunned silence. The impossible had happened. A supposedly primitive planet had just humbled one of the galaxy's great powers. News of Earth's victory spread across the galaxy faster than light. On 1,000 worlds, alien beings watched recordings of the battle. They saw Earth's fleet emerge from Jupiter's shadow. They witnessed the quick defeat of the feared Viridian warships. In the Great Hall of the Galactic Council, representatives from 200 species gathered for an emergency meeting. The massive chamber was filled with shocked whispers and excited debates. The council leader, an ancient being from the Centauri system, called for order. "We face an unprecedented situation," she announced. "A species classified as minor has defeated a major power in open combat." Ambassador Zixtil stood before the council, his blue-gray skin now pale with shame. "The humans deceived us," he said. "They hid their true capabilities. Or perhaps you underestimated them," another council member suggested. Several others nodded in agreement. On a dozen worlds that lived under Viridian control, people watched the battle footage in secret. They saw hope for the first time in generations. If Earth could stand against the Viridians, perhaps they could too. Back on Earth, science officer Frank Miller studied galactic law in the hidden base beneath the Rocky Mountains. He had been searching for days, looking for something specific. Finally, he found it. "This is it," he exclaimed, rushing to find William Carter. William was in a meeting with military leaders when Frank burst in. "Sorry to interrupt, sir," Frank said, "but I found something important in the galactic legal codes." He pulled up a document on the room's main screen. Section 1742, paragraph C. Any species demonstrating military capability sufficient to defeat a Tier 1 power in direct conflict must be immediately reclassified. William read the passage carefully. "So according to their own laws, they have to upgrade Earth's status," Frank finished. "We can't be classified as a minor species anymore. This gives us new rights under galactic law." William smiled. "Good work, Frank. Get this to Ambassador Nicole Wright immediately. She's heading to the Council tomorrow." In orbit around Earth, Admiral Russell supervised the repairs to damaged Earth vessels. Lieutenant Kate Donovan joined him on the observation deck of the space station. "The Viridian prisoners have been talking," she reported. "They can't believe we hid an entire fleet." Russell nodded. "Jupiter was the perfect shield. Its radiation masked our construction efforts for years." "What happens now?" Kate asked. "Now we show the galaxy that humans aren't just good at fighting," Russell said. "Ambassador Wright will present our terms to the Council. We want peace, trade, and recognition." On the Galactic Council's neutral world of Proxima Centauri IV, Ambassador Nicole Wright prepared for the most important diplomatic mission in human history. She reviewed her notes one last time before entering the Great Chamber. Unlike the other alien diplomats with their elaborate robes and markings of rank, Nicole wore a simple blue suit. She carried no weapons, no signs of military might. She didn't need to. The battle had already proven Earth's strength. "Ambassador Wright of Earth," the council leader announced. "You may address the assembly." Nicole stepped forward. The chamber fell silent. 200 alien species watched her, waiting to hear what this surprising new power would demand. "Members of the Galactic Council," she began. "Earth comes before you not to threaten, not to boast, but to join. We seek not conquest, but conversation. Not domination, but dialogue." She paused, looking around the chamber. "For decades, we prepared in secret, not because we wanted war, but because we wished to ensure peace would be negotiated between equals." Some council members nodded in approval. Others looked skeptical. "Earth requests formal recognition as a Tier 2 emergent power under galactic law," Nicole continued. "We seek trade agreements, cultural exchanges, and a voice in this council." The chamber erupted in discussion. The Viridian representatives protested loudly, but many other species seemed supportive. From the back of the chamber, representatives of several smaller worlds watched with interest. These were species that had suffered under Viridian rule. They saw in Earth a potential ally against their oppressors. As the council debated, one fact became clear to everyone in the galaxy. The humans were no longer a species to be ignored or underestimated. In the shadow of Jupiter, Earth had changed the balance of power forever. The Galactic Council chambers buzzed with activity as Ambassador Nicole Wright finished her address. As she stepped away from the speaker's platform, representatives from different species approached her. Earth has been reclassified as a Tier 2 emergent power, announced the council leader. This grants you new rights, privileges, and responsibilities within our community. Nicole nodded respectfully. This was exactly what Earth had hoped for. Behind her diplomatic smile, she felt a surge of pride. Humanity had earned its place among the stars. Later that day, in a private meeting room, Nicole found herself surrounded by delegates from 7 different worlds. They had requested this secret meeting away from Viridian eyes. "Your victory has changed everything," said a small green being with 4 eyes. "I represent the Toral Confederation. For 60 years, we have paid tribute to the Viridian Empire. Now we see another way." Another delegate stepped forward. This one had skin that shifted colors like a chameleon. The Mabari systems would like to discuss possible alliance with Earth. Nicole listened carefully as each representative spoke. They all shared similar stories of Viridian oppression. They all saw Earth as a potential protector. "I will bring your proposals to my government," Nicole promised. "Earth stands against bullies, wherever they may be." Meanwhile, Captain Daniel Hayes and Dr. Olivia Mason toured the Galactic Council's archives. They had been granted access as part of Earth's new status. "Look at this," Olivia said, pointing to a star chart. "The Viridian Empire controls 27 star systems, but before today they claimed to control 32. Hayes studied the map. "They're already pulling back from some of their weaker claims, afraid we might challenge them. And look here," Olivia continued, bringing up another file. "The Arcturus Collective has requested formal contact with Earth." Hayes raised an eyebrow. "The Arcturus Collective. They're one of the oldest civilizations in the galaxy. And one of the most advanced," Olivia added. "They rarely interact with younger species, but they've specifically asked to meet with humans." On a Viridian military base deep in their home system, General Krav faced his superiors. The 15 commanders of the Viridian High Council glared down at him from their elevated seats. "You have brought shame to our empire," the first commander said. "Defeated by a species that only discovered space travel a century ago." Krav bowed his head. "They deceived us all. Their technology is far more advanced than we believed." "Excuses," shouted another commander. "You failed. The humans must be punished." The first commander raised a hand for silence. "Not yet. We must be patient. Earth has allies now. We need a new strategy." Krav looked up. "What do you command?" "Return to your fleet. Rebuild your forces. The humans have won a battle, but this war is far from over." Back on Earth, Admiral Russell met with William Carter in the Pentagon. They reviewed reports from across the solar system. "Our fleet performed better than expected," Russell said. "Only 3 ships seriously damaged, no losses." William nodded. "And what about our new friends?" Russell brought up a holographic display showing dozens of alien vessels approaching Earth. "Trade ships, diplomatic envoys, cultural exchanges. Everyone wants to meet the humans who beat the Viridians." "And our enemies?" William asked. "The Viridians have retreated to their core systems, but our intelligence suggests they're not giving up. They're planning something." William wasn't surprised. "We'll be ready." On the U.S. Orion, now docked at Earth's new space station, Lieutenant Kate Donovan received unexpected news. Admiral Russell's face appeared on her screen. "Lieutenant, report to headquarters at 800 tomorrow," he said. "Bring Engineer Peterson with you." "May I ask why, sir?" Kate inquired. Russell almost smiled. "You're being promoted, Captain Donovan. You'll be commanding our first deep space exploration vessel." Kate's eyes widened. "Sir, the Arcturus Collective has invited Earth to send representatives to their homeworld. Your successful tactics against the Viridians impressed them. They specifically requested you. After the Admiral's image faded, Kate sat in stunned silence. Jack floated into the room. "What was that about?" he asked. "Pack your tools, Jack," Kate said with a grin. "We're going to see the stars." 1 year passed since the Battle of Jupiter. Earth had changed in ways few could have imagined. New buildings with alien designs rose in major cities. Strange ships filled the skies. People from a dozen worlds walked Earth's streets, trading goods and sharing knowledge. Captain Kate Donovan stood on the bridge of her new ship, the U.S. Explorer. Larger than the Orion, it combined the best of Earth and alien technology. Through the main viewport, she watched Earth grow smaller as they moved toward the edge of the solar system. All systems running perfectly, Jack Peterson reported from his engineering station. "The new drive is performing even better than expected." Kate nodded. In the year since their victory, Jack had worked with scientists from the Arcturus Collective to improve Earth's propulsion systems. His designs now made human ships faster than even Viridian vessels. "Set course for the galactic core," Kate ordered. "Let's see what these engines can really do." The Explorer accelerated smoothly, leaving the solar system behind. Its mission: to represent Earth to the mysterious elder races who lived near the galactic center. Back on Earth, Admiral Russell and William Carter watched the Explorer's departure from the new Space Command headquarters in orbit above Earth. "Hard to believe how much has changed," William said. "A year ago, we were hiding behind Jupiter, afraid of being discovered." Russell smiled slightly. "Now we have defense treaties with 14 species and trade agreements with 30 more. William pointed to a holographic display showing the solar system. Red dots represented the new defense network Earth had built. With the shield system from the Toral Confederation and weapons from our own engineers, Earth is safer than ever. "We'll need it," Russell said. "The Viridians haven't forgotten their defeat." "Let them remember," William replied. "Let the whole galaxy remember what happens when they threaten Earth." On the distant world of Arcturus Prime, Dr. Olivia Mason met with the collective's Science Council. The aliens, with their crystalline bodies that sparkled in the light, showed her technologies humans had never imagined. "Your species learns quickly," said the chief scientist, a being who had lived for over 1,000 years. "We've had to," Olivia explained. "Earth has faced many challenges throughout our history. We adapt to survive." "That is why we reached out to you," the alien replied. "Most species take centuries to develop the technologies you created in decades." Olivia didn't mention the crashed ship that had given Earth its head start. Some secrets were still worth keeping. In the Viridian royal palace, Ambassador Zixtil knelt before the Emperor. Once a proud diplomat, he now wore the simple clothes of a disgraced servant. "The humans grow stronger each day," Zixtil reported. "They have allied with the Arcturus Collective and the Toral Confederation. Many of our former tribute worlds now look to Earth for protection." The Emperor hissed in anger. "And what do our spies tell us about their weaknesses?" "They have few, my Emperor, but they are still new to galactic politics. They trust too easily." "Then that will be their downfall," the Emperor promised. "Time is on our side. We have ruled for 10,000 years. We can wait for the right moment." Near the edge of the solar system, Captain Donovan received an unexpected message. It came on a frequency no human had ever used before. "Attention, Earth vessel," said a voice unlike any Kate had heard. "This is the Keeper of Memory, representative of the elder races. We have watched your kind with interest." Kate exchanged surprised looks with Jack before responding. "This is Captain Kate Donovan of Earth. We are honored by your contact. Your species has accomplished in 50 years what took others millennia," the voice continued. "The defeat of the Viridian fleet was unexpected." "We prefer to exceed expectations," Kate replied. There was something like laughter in the alien's response. "So we have noticed. We wish to meet with humans directly. Your ship will be provided coordinates." After the transmission ended, Jack let out a low whistle. The elder races want to meet us. That's like gods calling for a chat. Kate smiled. Better check those engines again. Looks like we're heading farther than we planned. As the explorer prepared for its new mission, a message was sent back to Earth. Admiral Russell read it with growing amazement. He immediately called the president. Sir, he said when the president answered, the elder races have contacted our ship. They've requested a direct meeting with humanity. There was a moment of silence. The oldest species in the galaxy want to talk to us. Yes, sir. It seems our victory did more than secure our place in the galaxy. It changed how every species sees us. The president thought about how far humanity had come. From hiding their fleet in Jupiter's shadow to meeting with the most advanced civilizations known, all because they refused to be conquered. Tell Captain Donovan to proceed, he ordered. The future of Earth just got a lot more interesting.